today we're reacting to Mashaadi 2022, which is a video between Mashion and MoltyFoam.
Have you lost your mind?
हाँ साहब, जब समा शुरू होता है तो फिर मज़ामीन खुल जाते हैं।
It was like some past trauma.
Maybe, or maybe it's like what's going to happen next. Let's just see.
कितनी प्यारी लग रही है ना मेरी परी।
Yeah, she doesn't want to do this.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I couldn't get is like in most Pakistani dramas as well, the bride is literally crying and like the mother is like, "Kitni pyari lag rahi hai meri pari." Like they don't get like the experience behind everything, like what's going behind it all.
उन्होंने आप पे हाथ उठाया, पर आपने पहले कुछ क्यों नहीं बोला?
रिलेशनशिप से तो ऐसा हो जाता है ना बेटा। पारा आ चुकी है, क्योंकि मैंने भी यही सोचा था, रिलेशनशिप्स में ऐसा हो जाता, लेकिन ऐसा होना नहीं चाहिए ना बेटा। अगर बारात वापस चली गई तो लोग कहानियां बनाएंगे ना।
लोग कहानियां बनाएंगे भी और सुनाएंगे भी। कहेंगे हिम्मत वाले माँ बाप की बहादुर बेटी ने सब लड़कियों के लिए एक मिसाल पाई।
Okay, so I think, you know the part where she looks outside from the window and she's looking at the groom, right? So I honestly thought that she's going to reminisce about, you know, her past and how she had like an interaction with him, how she met him. I really did not expect it would be domestic abuse that would be highlighted for us. So for me, you know, seeing the change from going to the shadi to the domestic abuse was definitely a little shocking and surprising. After that, the reaction of the mother and the father, how different that was.
And apparently, basically, obviously, from the whole domestic abuse to this, there has been a long gap. But since like at the whole shadi scene, the father is out here and he's like, ekdam se he's here to say that he supports her. So that is one of actually something which fascinates me right now. So let's get on with this.
Yeah, let's continue.
नो, नहीं बेटा, ये माहिम की जंग है और हम सब इसके साथ हैं।
Mine, have you lost your mind?
No.
माहिम को है ना छाड़ूंगी
this scene basically highlights that the importance of saying no and setting boundaries, and how important it is to speak up when a domestic violence incident you're witnessing or going through.
And I liked how simple it was. It's like no, and that's all it ever should be.
मेरे क्रिकेट के कोच हमेशा यही कहा करते थे, गलत बॉल पर कभी शॉट नहीं मारना चाहिए.
That's a good line.
Well left.
Most importantly, how parents
Well left,
support their children, that has to be something which needs to be highlighted.
Especially standing by her like that. I like this. Even the mothers.
This also portrays that child marriages कितनी common है Pakistan में.
Yeah.
Wow, that was directed by Shayar Munawwar.
Yeah, did you know?
I did not.
Yeah, it was such an amazing direction.
Especially since like it was coming from a guy, so
Right? I mean, yes.
Would you like to go first?
Sure. I really liked it. I thought it was a very impactful video. I was kind of nervous to watch it. I thought it would be very triggering, or it would be very, but I really like how they dealt with such empathy, and they dealt with it in a very sensitive way, which I really liked. And it was simple. There was a lot of simple moments in it that I think made it even more impactful.
So for me, at least, during the video, especially, I got the chills during the video, and witnessing, domestic violence around you, especially when you're a child and you witness your parents fighting, or you witness something like that. So that tends to taint a child's life, and being a victim or a witness to all these incidents right in front of my eyes, that was at least this video brought up those memories to me.
I don't think this is an ad. I don't think this is an ad. I think this is a very important campaign that Mash and Moltyfoam had the guts to do, because honestly nobody talks about it. It's not a talked about topic at all, and this is something that definitely needs to be in discussion. I think it's a very important campaign.
I agree with you. Yeah, same.
I think my favorite scene was when she raises her hand and she says no, and that's all she says. He's yelling at her, he's pushing her, but all she says is one final no. And that's just like the answer to violence. Doesn't always have to be violence, and no means no. No is the single most powerful word, and yeah.
Being very honest, it in a way it does highlight our society, because domestic violence is unfortunately domestic violence is very common in our society. And you might on social media you might find one case or two cases, but there are many hidden cases around the world, especially in Pakistan. There are many hidden cases which are not really talked about, and people do not prefer to talk about it.
Yeah. For me, I think that this depiction of society was quite accurate as well, because they brought issues that a lot of people don't target, such as everything was ready for the shaadi and the mother was like, log kya kahenge, right? Log kya kahenge is not something that a lot of people address. Also, the fact the father taking a stand, I think that really is good for empowering women. And lastly, I think the whole representation, the way everything was set up, the way everything was shot, every scene had a reason, and the whole video was properly structured in a way that it did represent us accurately.
The most interesting thing is, like I said earlier, that this video is actually giving a positive vibe. However, it's about domestic violence, which is one of the biggest issues in the country. But still, at the end of when you're watching it, at the end you'll have a smile on your face, because it is actually giving a very positive and a loving vibe from a family which cares about each other.